Welcome back to episode 28. Alexa, turn on practicals. That took some work, but it's so satisfying. I'm going to open up Twitter. I have no idea what to expect. Let's start off with the first tweet. I'd die for my family. Cool, but would you be willing to be healthy for them? Let that sink in. Sometimes we say stuff, but when you really put your money where your mouth is and really think about it at a deeper level, would you be willing to go that extra mile every day to eat healthy, to work out, to be fit? That's a deep one. Would you be willing to show up and change who you are every day to be healthy for your family? I would want to do that, but will I do it? Let's go to the next tweet. The richest man in the world left his family $2 billion when he died in 1877. 80 years later, no one in his family was worth over $1 million. Isn't it true that most of the people who win the lottery end up losing it within the first year or so? This reminds me of a podcast I was hearing between Ramit Sethi and Tim Ferriss. He's like, I asked a bunch of people in my class, what would you do if I gave you $10,000? I don't remember the exact amount, but he said something of that effect. And most people were like, oh, I'm going to save. I'm going to get rid of my debt. He took a minute and let them answer. And after, he's like, no, you wouldn't. Because if you were that thoughtful, you wouldn't be in debt to begin with. Great tweet, though. Next tweet is, never take advice from someone who's never done what you're trying to do. Completely disagree with this tweet, because if you look at some of the top athletes in the world, like imagine LeBron James, imagine Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, the best of the best, their coaches were never the best of the best. You don't need to take advice from LeBron James to be the best basketball player. Even LeBron James has a coach. Another funny story I remember is I look at doctors. So many of the doctors are under so much stress all the time that a lot of them end up smoking. But they always tell you don't smoke. In fact, I remember when we were in an advertising agency, we were making ads on telling people not to smoke while people were smoking, writing those ads. Don't get caught up in who's giving the advice, which we do, because for us, it's like, oh, a billionaire is telling me how to become a billionaire. Someone who's done what you're trying to do could not necessarily be the best teacher or mentor or coach. To be a teacher, mentor, or a coach, you have to have a very different mindset. And sometimes people who are the best at what they do or have done what you're trying to do might not have that skill set and not be able to transfer over that knowledge that you need to do that thing. Some people are just really good coaches. Some people are just really good mentors. And it's not necessary that they've had to have lived the life that you want, because you're unique to begin with anyways. The life that you want, the life that you're going to live, nobody else is going to have a carbon copy of that life. So completely disagree with this advice. Okay, next tweet. Being yourself is the best shortcut. It's so simply said, but very hard to do. It's so hard to get out of your own way. We spent most of our life worrying about what other people think, the complexity that we have in our brain for no reason, unnecessary thoughts, unnecessary things that don't even matter. Let's look at this tweet from a couple of angles. One is, it's so hard to get out of your own way so many times because you're stuck in what people think of you or what you think that people think of you. Another way to look at this tweet is there's this self-image that we've created of ourselves, of what we think we are. And that could be based on, again, different experiences, different things that have happened to us in our life. And it's sometimes so hard to break away from that past self-image to embody a new self-image. Interesting tweet though. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, we'll just read maybe one more tweet. This next tweet looks very deep. Your heart is revealed in the way you treat elders. Like children, the elders are sometimes a burden, but unlike children, they offer no hope or promise. They are a mirror of our own mortality. Past this fact and see the wisdom elders have to offer. Damn, that is deep. How do we behave around people who we know are going to give us nothing? It's to give without ever expecting anything in return. I don't even know what to say. To unpack this tweet. This reminds me of another thought. When we try to find a life partner or try to get married or have kids, it's like it comes from this very selfish place because deep down we don't want to be lonely and alone. But that's the most fundamental truth of life, is that we are alone. Yes, we share our life with other people from family and friends, but ultimately we come into this world alone and we go alone. Now, circling back to this specific tweet, when we have nothing to take or have no expectations, then do we still want to hang out with the people that you hang out with? If you hang around elders, they have just wisdom to share and they thrive on the young energy. I think I just lost the plot on this one. Let's put this one aside. Okay, let's read one final tweet for today. The CEOs of the largest companies of the world are discussing the future of creators together on an app that didn't exist a year ago. What a moment. What a future. I think he's referring to the conversation with Mark Zuckerberg on Clubhouse. Yeah, whoever thought that a bunch of tech billionaire CEOs are going to be in a Clubhouse room talking about creators. Tell me in the comment section below what you think of Clubhouse and what your impressions are. Are you spending a lot of time on Clubhouse, or do you not like it at all? Do you love it? Hate it? Let me know in the comments below. I think I'm going to end today's episode on one final thought. And I've been thinking and pondering over this and if I should pursue this idea further. The thought being that people really struggle in selling, and sales and selling has this very negative connotation. I've been thinking, because of my background in running an agency and even in the current work that I do, I really focus on sales and helping people win business. And I've been thinking that if I should do a series which can help small entrepreneurs, businesses, it's something that I really enjoy doing anyways. And I thought if I share that knowledge with you, maybe you could also become better at selling. So if that's something that you would be interested in, let me know in the comments below. In fact, you could even tweet a question to me or post a question in the comment section below on what areas of the sales process are you struggling with. Is it closing? Is it pitching? Is it finding a lead? Is it having that first conversation with a new client, a cold call? It's something that I've done so many times, and I feel I've been sitting on a gold mine, and I want to start sharing that with you. Okay, let me know in the comments below if that's something that you'd be into, and we can kick things off. I think I'd probably kick things off anyways. I will see you tomorrow.